If you don't know, now you know.
Ilia Topuria is convinced Paddy Pimblett won't fight him unless Dana White holds the Baddy at gunpoint. Ahead of fight night, Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett got into an altercation inside a fighter hotel. The Baddy threw hand sanitizer at Topuria, who responded by throwing punches. Speaking to reporters following his win over Herbert, Topuria said he doesn't expect Paddy to fight him unless he is forced to do so. Never ever. I don't think so. Maybe if Dana stayed with him with a gun, maybe yes. And they force him to go inside the cage with me, maybe. Otherwise, I don't think so. I don't think he has the balls to fight me. Darren Till and Uriah Hall continue to go back and forth. The issue between the two stemmed from Hall's claim that Till was too afraid to fight him at UFC London on March 19th. Till responded saying he's never turned down a fight and that he'll get his soon enough.
Stand out to you, and who would you want to be your comeback fight?
Uriah Hall.
Yeah. Love that.
We like that? Why?
Maybe in Liverpool?
Just can we, after 1, 2, 3, can we just say fuck Uriah Hall? Can we do that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck Uriah Hall.
What's Uriah Hall done to deserve that? What have I done to deserve all the fucking shit he's given me on Twitter? So with that aside though, why do you like that fight? Because he called me out. I've never dodged any fight, John. Listen, I'm coming off 2 losses. You know, the loss before that was to Whittaker, probably the second best, if not him and Adesanya the best middleweights on here. I've never dodged a fight. I come up to middleweight and fought the 2 best middleweights at the time, Gaston and Whittaker. So if he wants to fight me, he wants to say I'm scared, I want to fight him next. That's how it is, isn't it? I guess that makes that easy. Yeah. Come on.
Hall was quick to respond and he didn't have any kind words for Till on Twitter. Ha, fuck you too. Glad I'm on your mind, bitch. Unlike you, I'm getting ready for someone who actually fights. But you and I know you ain't never going to fight again, pussy. UFC boss Dana White says there's one guy who could replace him, but it's not Daniel Cormier. Speaking to Robbie Fox on My Mom's Basement, Dana White said that his replacement would actually be someone very few people know about.
If, God forbid, someone came down to you and said, you have to leave the UFC tomorrow. You can't work for the UFC anymore, but you get to pick your successor. Who would you pick to take your place on 1 day's notice?
Well, it's funny because I see people say that all the time. And, they think that this guy or that guy. But it's people who really don't know fucking anything about this business.
Yeah.
And there's so much more. What we do, there's a formula to what we do and why we've been successful. And there's one guy that and there's certain things that I do that he wouldn't be able to do, but the important things that get done over there is what really matters. And this guy could absolutely positively do it.
Are you not revealing who the guy is?
Nobody would even know who the fuck he is.
Oh, a behind-the-scenes guy.
Yeah, he's a behind-the-scenes guy.
Interesting. Yeah, because the names that people throw out are like, people say like Daniel Cormier could take over, and it's like, I don't even know if he wants to take over. I think he's having fun doing commentary.
Yeah, Daniel Cormier couldn't do it.
Damn, I'm sorry, DC.
I love Daniel, but Daniel couldn't.
During an appearance on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, Ben Askren had this to say about Chaos calling out the Diamond. Great call out because it's a fight that obviously, from in the gym, he probably knows he's really, really likely to win. Poirier is probably a top 10 name in the UFC at this point given. The fact that he's beaten McGregor twice, so huge name, easy win, you can't ask for anything better than that, right? On the Weighing In podcast, John McCarthy says Paddy the Baddy has been given favorable matchups in the UFC.
If you want to talk about how great you are, I want to see you against other great fighters so you prove it. That's all. Now, I totally understand why the UFC put him in the fight that they did. It is their job to create that momentum that when the needle is pushed over to that limit and they can make a pay-per-view around him, they're going to, and they're going to make money. Good for them. I just want to see him against better competition. I've seen him against better competition in Cage Warriors than I'm seeing him in competition in the UFC.
Darren Till was in attendance to corner his friend heavyweight contender Tom Aspinall in the main event of UFC London. Following Aspinall's first-round submission of Alexander Volkov, Till jumped on the cage with Aspinall to celebrate in front of the high-energy London crowd. After watching the fight and the celebration, Adesanya wasn't happy watching Till join in the post-fight celebration. He blasted Till during a UFC London live reaction posted to his YouTube channel.
Wow. Oh, sit down, Baddy. It's not your moment. Get the fuck down. It's not your moment. Get the fuck off.
He's not won in a while. Let him enjoy it.
Darren Till went on Instagram and responded to Israel Adesanya. Stylebender, you idiot. Tom Aspinall asked me to get on the cage with him. Keep looking down on me for my losses, brother. It's all good. I'll be here one day, you watch. You haven't looked the best either in your last few fights. Stay off the cocaine. It's not healthy for fighters. The Nevada Supreme Court ruled in favor to dismiss the lawsuit Ernesto Joshua Ramos filed against Dana White. In 2020, White was named in a lawsuit for allegedly going back on a deal in which White's name would not be revealed in the involvement of a sex tape. The lawsuit came after Ernesto Ramos, personal trainer and real estate agent, served 366 days in federal prison for extortion. The FBI arrested Ramos in early 2015 for extortion attempts. He pleaded guilty to threatening to publicize tapes of White and a woman having sex in a hotel room during a UFC event in 2014. Reportedly, the woman in the tapes was a Las Vegas stripper and Ramos' girlfriend, who inconspicuously recorded her and White together with her cell phone. Her name was not revealed in the lawsuit. According to the initial report from Andy Slater of Fox Sports 640, Masvidal and Covington fought inside Poppy Steak Restaurant in Miami Beach, Florida. Video soon emerged of Covington in the aftermath of alleged brawl with several police officers nearby. Word of Covington hanging out with the Nelk boys did, in fact, make its rounds over the web Monday and is what is most likely tipped Masvidal off to Covington's location.
Yo, my bad. Hey, hang on.
How would you know I'm you? How would you know? No, you're on the internet. I'm on the internet. Stop. That's just, I'm gonna fuck it out of the situation. That's what happens. This guy over here is fucking hammer. Bro, stop. That's not how I walk it.
Hey, Covington.
That's bad. I don't want to
Is fire to be here
Call this show your face challenge, you know. What's up? I'm from Dade County. You talk that shit, you gotta back it up. That's how my city rolls, man.